Lindsay, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to dive into this conversation. Where I want to begin, though, is to sort of turn the clock back. And I'm really curious about what kind of person you were in, like, let's say your early teenage years, maybe that middle school, high school age. Who were you? What were you like at that time?
Yeah, the most awkward age. I was, I would have classified myself as a nerd. I was very into reading. You could always find me with a stack of books. I was very into my academic studies, and I did choir and orchestra, so very much the scholastic and music nerd in the school. I had a couple of friends, but I'd mostly describe myself as, pretty loner or just a couple of friends, core group of people, not popular to any extent.
I can hear you about being the nerd. I definitely was the good kid and band kid for a very significant portion of my life, of what it seems. So I'm curious, what was it that got you into massage and wellness in the first place?
Yeah, so it's funny because of who I was. When I first called my dad and told him I signed up for massage school, he was like, "Who am I talking to?" That's not the person I know. So you wouldn't have probably thought that I would have gotten into massage. But when I stumbled upon the massage industry, I was working retail. So I'd worked retail for about 10 years, really, really good at customer service, but I hated it. I hated every aspect of working retail. It was not for me, and it burnt me out pretty quickly. And I just decided to treat myself one day and get a massage because I was stressed out. And honestly, the whole time I got the massage, I couldn't stop thinking about how amazing this woman's job must be to be in a quiet room with calming music and nobody yells at her. Everybody's happy to get a massage. And I thought, like, oh, I should look into that. And that led me to interviewing at a couple of schools and picking one that was really heavy into anatomy because I've always been a lifelong learner and love diving deep into subjects. If I'm going to do massage, then I'm going to go ahead and do it the most detailed, in-depth way that I can find.
So tell us about that first year. I'm most curious of like first year of private practice. So you've gone through school, you've come, you're out of school now. Did you go straight into private practice? Did you work somewhere? And what was that first year of private practice like?
Yeah, so the first year, I graduated massage school, I think like a lot of students do, with this dream of being my own boss, of being a solo practitioner. That's kind of sold to you as like the ultimate job that you can have as a massage therapist. So I was like, that's what I want to do. And I found a woman who hired me on, and it was supposed to be like I cultivate my clients through her business, and that's how I can work my way into solo entrepreneur life. And that didn't work out. I wasn't getting any clients. I was wasting my time, I felt like, not doing massage. So I went and applied at a Elements Massage. So I worked at there for 3 years. That's a chain massage place where, you're booked lots of clients on the hour. It's a very quick turnover. My background in retail really helped prepare me for the fast pace of chain massage work. And I got my hands on a lot of people. That was the best part about it, was I was able to accelerate my growth by how many bodies I was able to touch. More people than I would have been able to get if I had just stayed and tried to keep grinding as a solo practitioner. And then, 3 years in, there became a turning point where I felt like I wanted to specialize my treatment more. I wanted to have deeper client relationships. And I broke down the money and I ran the numbers, and I wasn't going to make more money going out on my own, but the client experience was going to be more of what I wanted it to be. So that's when I made the leap and started all over from the ground up, cultivating client relationships the way I wanted to do it.
I want to start to connect some of these pieces. So here we are today that you not only a massage therapist, educator, but you have a massage school. I want to know more about Mindful Massage Academy, and I want to connect some of the pieces, how you went from practitioner to realizing, okay, I want to have a massage program for myself.
Yeah, so again, in massage school, I had this idea of the ultimate goal of this career is educator. Like, that was just in the back of my mind. I don't know where I got that from. Explicitly told to me, or I just assumed it. But that was always in the back of my mind, was like, that's where I want to be. I love educating people about anything, personality tests, astrology, how to cook a great steak. I love just passing on my knowledge to other people and seeing other people feel confident in those skills. And so when I was browsing on the internet one day, I saw that a local massage school was hiring. And I thought, why not? If not now, then when? So I applied. It was kind of I'll be happy either way if I get the job or not. But I got the job. And one thing I love about massage therapists and what the massage industry has taught me is that we're highly adaptable people. And we're great at changing and being able to, figure it out along the way. And so I hopped into teaching and, YouTube courses and a lot of mentorship, found that I loved teaching. Now I was teaching at a nationally accredited school here in Oklahoma, and I did that for about 4 years. I ended up being the program director of that school, so saw a lot of growth in my career, saw a lot of success, but I got burnt out again. I burnt myself out again, working, doing a lot of, it was a lot of micromanaging at the school and a lot of working for somebody else's vision. And I just saw that there could be a better way. I saw that little changes and little things that we can do in the massage education industry, I really believe that these little changes could see great impact. And so I made the leap yet again to follow my own vision, and spent 2 years. So I quit that school and I spent 2 years writing this curriculum and cultivating this program and this vision, allowing myself to kind of incubate this vision. And and it's been so amazing seeing it come to life. It's just been fantastic.
So give us a quick snapshot. What is that vision? What is Mindful Massage Academy?
Yeah, so my vision is a massage school that's more of a mentorship program. So massage therapists tend to be not traditional learners. Not a lot of people go to massage school because they were great at college. I see way more people that struggle with traditional learning, or they're coming to massage school after having a successful career in another industry, or they started their family and now they're trying to come back. And so it's these adult learners. It's not, you can't put the textbook in front of them and teach them like we taught you algebra. It's way more about relationships, communication, and repetition, learning how to teach things in multiple different ways, explain things from all different angles, so that these people get a 3D view of the subject matter instead of just memorizing facts. And so, I found that by emphasizing peer-to-peer mentorship, lots of conversations and lots of question and answer times, and then giving them real life experiences when I can, mentoring them through those experiences. It's been like an explosion of education and talent that my first year of students has been able to show me, and it's so cool. It's so cool watching like what I thought was going to be I think that this is the right way to do things, or this is the way to do things from the people that I want to teach. And then that they respond, and that they've been able to have so much growth and success.
Well, I really love that. I'm trying to think of the direction that I want to dive into. So I want to talk about starting the school and what that process is like. So 2 years putting together the curriculum, let's say for the kind of person who's thinking, I think I might like to have my own massage program one day. What was that process like for you, going from idea to actually having students?
Well, I was very lucky in that I got a lot of training wheels help working at my nationally accredited school. I got a lot of experience working through the curriculum. But I'll say I've read a lot of textbooks and having done a lot of my own education right out of massage school, staying up with research and continuing education, just reading through the textbooks and trying to see it from the perspective of a student who's never encountered this material. So is the textbook easy to read? Our national reading average in America is a 7th grade reading level. So is it able to read? Is it accessible? Does it have accurate information? Does it have enough information? I found a lot of textbooks just kind of skimmed the surface and weren't in depth enough for the questions they're going to be asked on our licensing exam. And then for me, when it came to putting the curriculum together, I had to think about it in what is the most logical order. So my students get a lot of anatomy before we talk about muscles. Like, we need to know how the body works and how the muscular system works, and then we can talk about the names of muscles. It sometimes doesn't make sense to flip-flop them. I'm not going to teach them hot stone until they've had plenty of experience with regular Swedish massage. And then what I've been able to do with my program is, and what I think is lacking in a lot of programs, is soft skills and business skills. So what I've been able to do is tap into my local small business network and invite guest speakers in about every Wednesday to talk about branding, websites, social media marketing, budgeting, how to run your taxes as a solo entrepreneur. So I've been able to really pull in all of my resources from my community to put it into this program to make it a very holistic approach to not just learning massage, but learning the massage industry.
So I want to know, how do you find the people? A bit of a random question, but one that my marketing brain kind of always is churning of okay, so we have this, we've come together, we've created the curriculum, you've had a lot of experience. What was that process like of convincing people, hi, hello, I'm not a complete stranger, or I kind of am, please give me money and study at my school?
Yeah, right. It was a leap of faith. It was a leap of faith in myself that what I believed was accurate and that other people would buy into my dream too. I just started putting myself out there. In those last 2 years, I've networked quite a lot with local small businesses, especially women-owned businesses, and have gone to a few conferences, made connections that way. And so I just started using those connections and putting those feelers out into those different communities that I'd fed into. Then I just kind of, it sounds silly, but I just kind of waited. I just did the things, and I waited for it to happen. And I've had experience in my private practice doing this where I have found that with marketing, I've had consistency matters almost more than what you say. The consistent getting in front of somebody's eyes is really helpful. People want to be able to remember your name, and they need lots of repetition for that. And so I did the same thing with the school. I just was very consistent in my messaging, in my social media marketing. I tried, did all the marketing things, found spoke to my target audience. I tried to join Facebook groups that were around my target audience, so like moms groups, like younger people groups. But yeah, marketing for small businesses, finding people, that's the like national problem all massage schools are seeming to struggle with. Like, how do we market? How do we find the people that want to be massage therapists? It seems like from the client story, they kind of just think, they hear about, oh, massage therapy, and then they think, that sounds interesting. And it's like, as soon as they think it's interesting, you almost have them. But getting people to open their minds to what a career in massage therapy can look like, what the benefits of that is, and yes, trying to sell that vision. It's definitely stretched my marketing skills for sure.
Now, I'm really curious, is there an ideal type of student? You know, when we think about practices, one of the very first bits of advice is like, you need to have a niche, you need to start to go after one type of person or certain types of people. Obviously, everyone, is a good person, and the next thing is, can they financially afford it? But is there anything that you've noticed, either about the way that you've crafted your school or just from the marketing experience so far, that's like, you know what, here's like a really great person, or at least a really great kind of person for us at Mindful?
Yeah, I've found that I am very good with people who did not do well in school. Whether you're neurodivergent or have just been out of education for a while, people who feel like they're not good at school, I'm really great at teaching those people. I'm really great at helping them calm their anxiety, learn good test-taking skills, and increasing their confidence in themselves. I want people that they don't want to be just a therapist. They don't want to be just doing the therapy. They want to be investing in their clients' lives, building strong relationships, knowing that the more the client trusts them, the more effective their treatment's going to be. People that care about personal growth, self-aware, really interested in those interpersonal goals, and want to grow. And then we're very community-minded. We're very open and inclusive. We're very diversity-focused. So people who have strong values in investing in their community.
Now, you've got to see this industry from several different angles now. I'm curious about your opinion. What do you think it takes to be a successful massage therapist? I know there's many different angles that could be, but what does that look like for you, and how has that impacted your curriculum and the way that you run things?
Yeah, I think to be a good massage therapist is to be a good listener first. Be able to get out of your way, to be able to put your ego to the side and give somebody the space to show up however they need to show up. Being okay with somebody who's in pain or distress, and being able to be a calm presence in those moments. A good massage therapist is adaptable. We know how to think on the fly. We know how to change when our clients just change their mind in the middle of the session and make it seem seamless. People that want to create an experience for their clients of peace, restfulness, security.
As you look out into the landscape, you think about, the students you have, the people you've known and mentored, your own journey. What mistakes do you see people making often in their career as a therapist?
Burning themselves out, 100%. We are people pleasers. Massage therapists, we tend to be people pleasers, which means we tend to have codependency issues if we don't, pay attention to ourselves and take care of ourselves and do our own self-development. So it's very easy for us to say yes. Yes to everybody, yes to anything, yes to whatever our clients request, and boundaries is thrown around a lot, but nobody seems to talk about how to set them up and how to hold them as a massage therapist, and how you can do that compassionately and still have ownership of your business and still have autonomy. But yeah, it's those like client interactions that we give away our power a lot, and we should take ownership as the expert in the room.
Now, I'm curious about yourself. Has there been any, you mentioned burnout, any mistake, hard lesson, or even a failure that ended up turning into a success or a great lesson for the future?
My common mistake comes from rushing too much, which leads to burnout for me. And so knowing that about myself, seeing seeing myself having made those mistakes over and over and finally learning my lesson, I'm really good at seeing the red flags in other people and potential where things could turn into potential red flags. So really, I've really been taught the lesson of slowing down, that not everything has to happen right now, and that our brains and our nervous systems are really wired for a much slower way of life than society tries to push us into, which I think is a natural rhythm for massage therapy. If we took a lesson from our massage session, going slow, taking our time, being intentional, knowing where we're going to go before we go there next, we could all take those life lessons and slow down.
Now, when you think about your own journey, I would say you're successful. I think every person who I have on my show is successful. There's a million and one ways to define that. But my question would be, what do you think has made you succeed? The things that have allowed you to get to where you are today and hopefully the places you want to be in the future. What do you think has allowed you to succeed where other people may have failed or not quite made it through the journey?
One thing I love about myself is that I am not competitive. I have a tendency to want to be competitive. I am an Aries, but when it comes to business and when it comes to massage, I'm just not competitive. I see what other people are doing. I see what I want to do. I know how we're different. I know how I believe that I'm better, but I think everyone has the potential to succeed. I think that we're better together, that relationships and community is really our superpower. And the more we focus on competition and separation, we lose a lot of that power. So I stay in touch with therapists. I love talking to massage therapists, helping them however I can. I started a monthly Zoom meeting where massage therapists from around Oklahoma, we all hop on and have coffee together once a month. And I can't tell you how many times I've given free business advice away, because that's just how we should be doing it. We should help each other. I tell massage therapists to work themselves out of a job, but they never will. And I think it's the same for almost any job. If you're doing your job from your heart, with kindness, and you're going to find success, whatever that means for you.
Now, you've been an educator, self-employed, employee, program director, mentor. How has your view on, the industry and the profession changed since seeing it from all angles?
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the industry focus on, may not even know it, but they focus on a magic pill or like a panacea, one thing that will solve everything, one technique, one tool, one modality, one CE class. That will be the thing that changes everything and will fix everything. And we see these trends I've seen these trends come and go. When I was in massage school is when we first heard about KT taping, because Michael Phelps was taped up in the Olympics. And then we had another cycle, and then we're now having another cycle of that being the thing. I wish more people focused on getting the foundation right, getting their body mechanics correct, learning about how to feel into the tissues, learning about how muscles work, learning about biomechanics. Because people in pain is complex, but body work is not. It's just touching. And touching is magical. And touching and movement are beautiful and can create safety and security by themselves. So we tend to complicate things too much in the massage industry.
As you think back to your journey to where you are today, is there any piece of advice you wish you'd received sooner?
Networking. It took me a long time to break out of my shell. Remember, I was the introverted little lone wolf choir girl. It took me a long time to break out and realize the power of community. But the more I pushed into community, the more it poured back into me, like almost one for one, but not, because I feel like I get so much more out of my community than I put in. Referral partners, collaborators, but just friends, people who get it and understand the struggles that you're going through. Talking to people, being heard, being seen, it's really important.
Now, thanks for sitting down and having this conversation with me. I've got a few more questions. They don't necessarily need to have quick answers. The first one, I'm curious, what's your current obsession? It could be professional, it could be personal, just that thing you can't stop thinking about and you want to tell other people.
Okay, so there's this TV show called The Pit. It is with Noah Wiley from ER fame, and it's like the nostalgia of ER meets Grey's Anatomy plus 24, because it's one episode is 1 hour of a medical shift. Anyways, it's the most accurate medical show I've ever seen, and it's absolutely fantastic.
And when you're frustrated, overwhelmed, business life can be hard, what do you do? How do you find relief?
So first, I am neurodivergent, so I cocoon, which is laying under a blanket and dissociating for a little bit. It's healthy, it's fine. And then I like to move and stretch and really just getting back into my body. I know that when I'm stressed, I'm living in my head, and when I can bring things back into my body, it's so much easier, makes more sense. So yeah, movement, stretching, dancing, belly breaths.
And throughout your journey, business and personal, has there been a favorite resource of yours? A book, a podcast, a program, a person, whatever, something or someone that's been really helpful to you?
Yeah, painscience.com. I love the way that Paul Ingham talks about massage and research. It's a little snarky, it's a little sarcastic, it has humor, but he cites everything. So very, very research based. I have pulled from that website a lot over my career.
And if you had the opportunity to send a message to every massage therapist out there at once, what would it say?
So I'm beating a dead horse here, but network. Talk to people. Get out of your dark room. Go talk to other massage therapists. They're not scary. They want to be your friends. Your issues are not unique. Someone else has been there, and we need to learn to rely on each other more.
Thank you so much for being here. Where's the best place to go if someone wants to learn more about you or get connected to you?
Yeah, my website is lindsayjuarez.co. So you can find everything that I'm up to there and reach out to me if you need anything. I love talking about massage. I love educating. I love training. So yeah, feel free to reach out.
Thank you again so much for sitting here and having this conversation today. And thanks everyone who's watching, listening, however it is you're consuming this episode. That's all for today, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.